Wow, the sun's setting, Vince, the track's cooling off. That means a lot of grip, and that's also going to mean a lot of aggression. We saw it at Martinsville. These guys aren't afraid to use their bumpers, and they're going to be in a position to do just that here at Phoenix.
It's one of the great racetracks in the country, built back in 1964. So much wonderful racing has taken place here through the years. And tonight, it's the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Championship race, and it is green.
Look at them fan out every truck underneath the yellow line.
And you can see they don't get right up on the track either when they get to the turn. They'll still use the apron as Austin Hill's trying to get around Christian Eckes off turn 2.
Sheldon Creed, oh, look at John Hunter way up high, losing a bunch of positions. Look at the damage on the left side.
John Hunter Nemechek started deepest in the field of our Championship 4, and it's already been a problem.
Well, at least there's no smoke. There was a lot of damage to that left front corner. That tire gets to rubbing. He'd have to pit, but I don't see any smoke, so he might have dodged a bullet there.
On the front side of that tire is fiberglass from the nose, but it's metal over the top of the tire and behind the tire.
He'll rebound from this. It's just a little, as you see, off the racetrack like I talked about, making the move down on the bottom.
That's Will Rogers on his outside in the 34.
All the way back to the 26th position right now.
Wow, he just got up in the traction compound, a little bit of contact in the wall, just wide on the entry, and that got him in trouble. See if we can listen to the contact on the outside wall. You know, early in the race at Martinsville, he made a couple of questionable moves, a little aggressive that got him in some trouble. That was just a wide entry into one. Whether it was too much too soon, I don't know.
But he's got damage on the left side as well, Michael, so he's obviously made contact with another truck.
He started 16th, fell back to about 30th on that start. Here's some radio from the Nemechek camp.
Yeah, just got up at the Jones. Yeah, it's all good. Like I said, deep breath. Go back to work here.
That's great advice, because that didn't end his night. He certainly was a close call, and maybe it'll make him smarter. Maybe it'll take a deep breath and say, all right, I got to be a little more conservative at times. That's what we didn't see at Martinsville. A lot of aggression, and it bit him.
Eric Phillips, the crew chief, and also John Hunter's uncle, extremely close on a personal level as well as the professional level. As you see Sheldon Creed out front, leading the race. He won this race a year ago, and with it he won the championship, but he was knocked out of the championship contention last week at Martinsville.
He comes in here as the leading lap leader for the year, and there's a $50,000 bonus to the driver that leads the most laps this year, as well as a $25,000 bonus for the road crew. So he had a 30-lap advantage over John Hunter coming in here. Oh, look at left side tire flat.
Nemechek, significant issues already. It has gone from bad to worse for one of our championship contenders.
And that's off turn 4, Vince. That's a long way to go to get back to pit road. That mistake did bite him. I didn't see any smoke, Phil. I don't know how, I didn't think the tire would go down, but certainly there was damage we didn't see.
And the caution's not coming out either. He's going to lose at least 2 laps here.
Worst case scenario for John Hunter Nemechek and his Kyle Busch Motorsports group. Nemechek came to this season and said, I came here to win a championship. I don't want to say that it would be deemed a failure if we didn't, but we came here with a goal, and that goal was to win the title. It's hard to say that it would be a failure after 5 wins and all the laps led that they have, but there's no question this would be a heartbreaker for the 4 camp.
Now just make sure you don't make a mistake, Regan, and speed on pit road.
Well, Michael, that's exactly what they reminded him, was to be smart as he came down pit road. The team had been perfectly calm, even with everything happening at the start of this race. Unfortunately, that tire blew right in front of the team here coming off of turn 4. They threw their hands up out of frustration. As we see, they got the left sides fixed on it, pulled the fenders away, and tough start for John Hunter.
You know, that's interesting, Phil. They pulled on the fender, but we didn't see any smoke from the outside. You just wonder how that tire cut, and did they indeed pull it enough to make sure it doesn't happen again?
He was making some good time here. That tire just went down right there. Maybe there's something inside
That's what I'm worried about.
That might have
Phil.
been rubbing, yeah, and they didn't fix that.
They didn't address that issue.
He picked up about 9 spots since falling back at the initial start of the race.
And there's no way to get on pit road once you leave turn 2, so that's why he had to agonizingly ride around with that flat tire. Luckily, it didn't do any more damage to the truck that we see.
Talking about the agony, Eric Phillips, you got to believe he's, the stomach was churning. Of course, they had that horrible end to the race last week in Martinsville and finished 39th. Problems already for Nemechek. Welcome back, Phoenix Raceway. The Lucas Oil 150 under caution because of an incident involving Lawless Allen. The big story here early on in the first 14 laps, the problems for John Hunter Nemechek. Now watch Nemechek. The 0-2 comes across and makes contact with Nemechek's left front, and that eventually created a cut tire for Nemechek.
Yeah, I think Nemechek was just trying to gather his truck up after getting up next to the outside wall. Very little damage. Let's walk right along with him. There's a little bit of slight contact with the outside wall. Now watch. There's a contact right there. He was just trying to get back down into the racing groove and crowded the 0-2 a little bit.
Yeah, he crowded him a little bit and also put the 0-2 into the outside wall. So a lot going on the first lap, I'll tell you.
Radio from the 4.
So just give him an update on, obviously this is 1 lap back right now, and then the stage will end. We'll get our 2nd lap back. The race will start for us at the start of the 2nd stage. Yep, I'm with you.
So the team, because of Lawless Allen's accident, John Hunter Nemechek gets 1 of his 2 laps back.
I'm not sure I totally agree, because there may be an opportunity for somebody else to get lapped before the end of that first stage. So I don't think they can count on that, getting that 2nd lap back at the end of the first stage.
But I appreciate the optimism from the
absolutely.
team. You got to build your driver up and make sure that he knows what he's faced with.
Nemechek back to pit road for some further repairs, and here's why we are under caution. That's Lawless Allen. He's gone around in heavy contact to the rear end of that 45 truck from Nice Motorsports. Back to Regan in the 4.
Well, you guys highlighted how it's been such a tough start to the race. This is a bit of a good break, though. Now the opportunity to come down and put the right side tires on this truck, work on the left side just a little bit more, make it exactly how they want it for the remainder of the race. You see Kyle Busch on the right side of the screen. He's down here helping direct things just a little bit as to what's going on with the truck and what they really need to be looking at. So all hands on deck right now in the Ford camp to try and get this thing repaired and find a way to get the Ford truck back on the lead lap.
Well,
The 12 o'clock down to the 9 o'clock. Use the baseball bat, get that left front out.
I agree. Use a baseball bat. You need to use all the tools you got to get that fender clearance, because we saw when they pitted to fix the flat, just very little effort to fix. You don't have much time. They were pulling on the fender, but that doesn't really do much. Getting in there with a baseball bat, a hammer, that's a good call.
And he's in a great position right now, because right now he is the only truck one lap down. If he could catch another quick caution, he'd get that lap back right away.
well, it could have been disastrous for the 4. I mean, the fact that they're still rolling with as little damage as they have avoided disaster so far for one of our championship contenders. Let's go back downstairs. Josh Sims.
Yeah, the 99 right now running the highest of any of the playoff drivers. And right now, Ben Rhodes is happy with the way his truck is running. He says he does feel a little bit of issue with the rear of his truck when it comes to coming in and out of those turns, that is. But he's pretty happy with where they are. They have the speed. We saw that in practice and qualifying, and they're looking to keep this up the rest of the way. Jamie?
Zane Smith back there in 11 saying he has some bad brake shake, a little bit tight. That's the exact same problem he had at 8 o'clock this morning in practice. Gentlemen in the booth, what can he do to help that brake shake issue?
You know, it's either too cold or too hot. You know, it's a delicate balance on the brake temperature. You can pull tape or add tape. You just have to figure out where your truck is when this brake shake is happening, but it's all about temperature.
Hey, coming up later this weekend, catch a special Fox NFL Sunday pregame show. It's live from the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, 11 o'clock Eastern. Then at 4, one of the big games of the year, Packers and the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes and company. All kicks off Sunday on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
That's a beautiful sight, isn't it? The Camping World Truck Series. Look at all those campers. I think Camping World might have hit their sweet spot there.
Right in their wheelhouse.
Their target demographic. That is beautiful as the sun sets.
And the home of the Arizona Cardinals, off to a pretty good start this season as well in the NFL. And just down the road, find us here at Phoenix Raceway. Getting ready to come back green. You see on the left-hand side of the screen our Championship 4 contenders highlighted in a shade of blue. You don't see John Hunter Nemechek on there because he currently is a lap down in 34th.
What he would love to see right now is a quick caution. Put him right back on the lead lap, right back in contention here.
Haley Deegan with that bumper cam coming to the green. She's in the 12th position. Good start for her. Here they all come.
Creed running the top. Chandler Smith cut off the leg and is trying to get that second spot from the inside.
Looked like Ben Rhodes took a look at underneath Chandler Smith. Didn't quite make the move that time, ran out of room.
Oh, they're getting together. 3 wide off turn 4.
Todd Gilliland has moved into that second spot. So many opportunities to grab a position here, but you got to be so careful. There's the 9 of Brandon Finger.
The 17 plump off the racetrack. That's what I love about this place. And look at the block there. That's brother Taylor putting the block on him.
You mentioned the 17, Taylor Gray, 16 years old out here racing against these guys here tonight. He's the youngest driver in the field.
There, John Hunter's truck looks pretty good. He's been able to pass a lot of trucks here. See him chasing down right now the 44 of Dean Thompson. Dean announced that he's going to be full-time for Nice Motorsports next year. There's one of the teammates, Drew Dollar, at KBM.
And look at that. It just cuts to the bottom of the racetrack, makes easy work of his teammate. Now he's going to put his sights on Tyler Ankrum up ahead in that orange truck.
Sheldon Creed leading in that purple number 2, and Chandler Smith taking a look on the inside.
What a great early start by Chandler Smith. Put that truck on the pole by nearly a quarter of a second. And now he's showing that not only is it fast for a lap, really good in the longer run too.
A couple great finishes out here for Chandler Smith. I think he's been here twice and finished third both times.
Got his first career win at Bristol a few weeks back.
He had to win, Vince, and he did just that.
Right now trying to get that spot from Sheldon Creed. Creed in his final Truck Series race, or at least his final Truck Series race as a truck veteran, truck regular I should say, going to the Xfinity Series next year, where he'll run full-time for Richard Childress Racing. Chandler Smith expected to be back in the 18 next year. He's on the hunt.
They just painted that yellow line there arbitrarily, right?
Look at this move to the inside. Really hard to hang on to your truck on the inside of another vehicle as you race down into turn 3. Plenty of space there between the two. That'll help.
Just past the halfway point here in stage 1 as Matt Crafton and then Neon Yellow trying to work his way up in the 8th position. On the inside of him is his teammate Christian Eckes at ThorSport.
His most important teammate is up in the 5th position though, Vince. That's where Ben Rhodes rides, and it looks like Crafton's got a really fast truck. Makes a nice move around the outside. That's hard to do here at Phoenix.
Crafton from California and his crew chief, Junior Joyner from Oregon, so both West Coast guys, and they believe this is kind of their home track. It has a home track feel to them, so it would certainly be all the more gratifying to get a win here tonight.
So much experience. 20 times Matt Crafton has been here to race in the Truck Series, as well as back in the old Southwest Tour days.
Never won in the truck here, though. So
never has.
Would be a great time to win his first, wouldn't it?
Sheldon is committed to the traction compound. That's resin they use this time. He's committed to it.
Well, you evaluate your truck, and it wasn't working well enough on the bottom to stay ahead of Chandler, so he decided he'd move up and give that a whirl. That's what racers have to do. You got to constantly be moving around, trying to figure out where your truck will stick the best.
How about that 2 truck, Jamie?
Well, Phil mentioned that bonus that Camping World's putting up for leading the most laps on this season. Sheldon told me today he knows he can't win the championship, so his focus was on winning that. He said that $25,000 would be a thank you to my team. I want them to be able to take their families on a vacation and thank them for everything they've given me as he moves up to the Xfinity Series. Meanwhile, while he's trying to hold off the 18, said the balance is the same as practice, just a little bit tight in the center, but he's fast.
Ooh, I like that move. He crept up into the traction compound to try to make a move, make good ground off turn 4.
17 left here in stage 1. We're going to take a break, but we'll keep it right here for you. Going to be side by side. You won't miss a lap. Phoenix Raceway, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series battle for the lead. Sheldon Creed trying to hold off Chandler Smith. Creed has led them all so far except for one lap where Smith was able to pull alongside Creed and had the advantage at the start-finish line, but it has been very tight as they've raced side by side.
Phil, you think Chandler's making his tires mad? He's driving the crap out of his truck and sideways and back and forth while Sheldon's just sort of riding around the top. But he gets it done.
He's got it. His truck has been so good on the bottom.
So finally, Chandler Smith is able to wrestle the lead away from Sheldon Creed.
You know, I was
going to say, if you're just joining us, John Hunter Nemechek, one of our Championship 4, had a problem early. Contact with the wall on the right side, and then another truck on the left side cut a tire and had to go to pit road, fell a couple of laps down, got one of those laps back, but still resides one lap down.
All you want to do right here is feel your truck out and figure out what we can do to make it better. Just feel all 4 tires and what we got to do to go better.
And what just happened, Spencer Boyd went a lap down. So you heard the team saying we'll get the free pass. You see the 20 truck? He's now the first truck a lap down. So if John Hunter can't catch him, or if the leader Smith catches another lap truck, which he's getting ready to, Roper just ahead, John Hunter will not get the free pass at the end of this stage.
Bad news for John Hunter Nemechek. Chandler Smith on the march now. He has opened his advantage after battling Sheldon Creed for so long, and we could see that Smith had the better truck, but just was unable to get around Creed. But now that he has set sail, over a half-second advantage.
Phil, does the 4 truck need to stay out at the end of the stage and wave around if everybody pits and forego tires? He's got enough gas to get to the end of stage 2. We'll watch that, but that could be a play for that team.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, because he'll have enough speed, I think, even though those guys put fresh tires on, to not get lapped. And that's the key. If he can just maintain that lap till they get to the end of the second stage, then he's going to be on equal footing with everybody.
As far as the championship was concerned, you were riding there with Ben Rhodes. He's the best of the championship 4 in 5th. You see Todd Gilliland in the 38, Stuart Friesen in the 52. They are running 3rd and 4th, back on board with Rhodes in 5th.
You know, as hard as Chandler Smith and Sheldon Creed were racing each other, they were driving away from the 3rd place truck, running side by side every inch around the racetrack.
A couple of different races going on as you have that race for the win, and of course we're early on here, still in stage 1, but Chandler Smith and Sheldon Creed worried about that right now. But then you've got the race for the championship, and that's where Ben Rhodes and Matt Kraft and Zane Smith, John Hunter Nemechek are all competing. The best finisher amongst those 4 wins the championship, and Rhodes right now is that person. But we've got a long way to go. This is a 150 lapper, and we're still in stage 1.
This is great racing too, and such drama on the first lap. Probably the championship favorite. Into the wall, flat tire.
There's Crafton grabbing a spot from his teammate Christian Eckes. Crafton in the 88, Christian in the 98 curb truck.
Eckes in his first race since winning at Las Vegas, splitting that 98 ride with Grant Enfinger, and Eckes getting the opportunity to run it tonight here in the finale while Enfinger drives the 9 truck. Back to Gilliland and Friesen in their battle for 3rd, and with the view of that battle is Ben Rhodes, who you ride with here in 5th.
Yeah, in the last 2 laps, Ben Rhodes has been the fastest truck on the track, even though we saw Smith and Creed drive away. I think the more the tires wear, the better Ben Rhodes likes his truck.
The sun is setting, and how does that change maybe the conditions of the track and the effect that it has on the trucks?
It just makes me smile. That means more grip. You know, you can drive your truck harder, and we talk all the time about how aggressive these truckers are. You give them a little bit extra grip, they're just going to push and shove that much more.
Yeah, that track temperature is going to come down. Ambient temperature won't come down a lot, but the track temperature sure will without the sun beating on it.
Did you hear that? Into 3rd gear went Ben Rhodes off turn 4, shifting, and you saw the ground he made. The spotters will all report that to the other drivers, but he was shifting. That's interesting. I didn't know if they'd do that or not with this engine, but it sounds like Ben's found some speed with it. I talked about he's been the fastest truck. Listen to him down in turns 1 and 2, or 3 and 4, excuse me, see if he does it again. There he goes.
Absolutely. I know his teammate Matt Crafton has done that here in the past.
Final lap in stage 1. Chandler Smith continues to lead while Ben Rhodes jockeys for 5th. 3rd and 4th battling right in front of him. Chandler Smith, his 2nd career stage win. Rhodes, the highest finisher of the championship 4 in stage 1. And there's Taylor Gray, who has gone around.
See, the right rear is obviously flat on the wheel.
Wow, what an eventful night already, especially for one of our championship contenders, John Hunter Nemechek. Problems for Nemechek in his pursuit of that championship trophy. NASCAR Truck Series Racing on FS1, presented by Blue Emu. Our championship 4 in stage 1, 5th, 7th, 9th, and 31st. That's right, John Hunter Nemechek, if you're just joining us, with a cut tire early, fell a couple of laps down. Now he is 1 lap down. And what are the strategy plays we expect from Nemechek here?
Well, what's going to happen is, if John Hunter Nemechek has his way, everyone on the lead lap pits. And that'll put him in a position to wave around. He will not pit. He'll wave around. He's got enough gas to get to the end of the stage. What will disrupt that plan is if anyone on the lead lap stays out. Now, why would they? That's a great question.
Normally they wouldn't.
Right. But if someone decides to stay out, it'll really mess up John Hunter's plan.
We're about to find out. Let's go down to pit road. Josh Sims.
And Ben Rhodes, as he comes into pit, currently the best of the playoff drivers, running 5th right now. He said his truck is tight in the center, loose on the exit, mainly on turn 2, and he has concerns on the restart. He says he wants more takeoff speed as he comes in and gets fuel 4 times.
Matt Crafton, a lengthy discussion with crew chief Junior Joyner as to what they wanted to fix most. Right now, the exit of the corner, his largest problem with that truck, too loose, speed in the back, wants to slide out. They're going to make a significant adjustment to try and get ahead or wherever this track may go to later. Jamie?
Zane Smith has a mix of Roush Fenway guys going over the wall for him. A wedge adjustment, air pressure adjustment. He's a little bit tight, but he still has that brake shake. He's fighting. He's in the #1 pit box. They're watching the rest of the field go by. In trouble on the left front. It was a slow stop for the 21, Vince.
Well, Sheldon Creed, the first one off pit road. Stage 1 pit stops.
There's the Ford truck.
Michael, he's coming to pit road.
Wow. I would have never thought that. I would have thought he would have waved around. He's got enough gas. He's got enough tires. Maybe that damage on the left front is still a concern, but man.
And if there is any concern about the truck, I mean, you got to get it taken care of as soon as possible.
But it ran all the way from the pit stop and didn't have any issues. And he was, like Phil said, he was making good time.
Yeah.
I'm confused, Regan, about this team pitting, but they obviously know more about what they're doing than I do.
Oh, Michael, I'm equally as confused down here on pit road, so we'll find out the exact reason why they're pitting. Right now, that race truck, though, struggling with the right rear, trying to get through the corner. He's too loose, can't lean on the right rear like he wants to be able to, so an adjustment for that, and we'll find out why exactly now was the time to pit here.
Well, we saw that chassis wrench, and maybe if the handling wasn't good enough, you got to get it adjusted as soon as you can.
She's changed her look over the years, but she's still a beauty. Not many have meant more than it does this evening. Start your engine! Time to settle it, and here we go. The season has come down to this night.
Get ready for stage 2 here at Phoenix Raceway, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Championship race. And it's been an eventful one for John Hunter Nemechek, one of our championship contenders. Still a lap down. Ben Rhodes, another championship 4 member, is going to restart on the inside with Sheldon Creed on the outside. Stage 2 underway. Chandler Smith, stage 1 winner, second truck on the inside.
We saw how fast Ben Rhodes was at the end of that first stage, especially when he started shifting. Let's see what he can do with Sheldon Creed here.
Rhodes has never won the championship before. This is his first appearance in the championship 4, in fact, and he won the first 2 races this season, knew he was going to be in the playoffs, but he's done what he's needed to do to reach this point and have a shot at his first championship.
And let's be clear, he doesn't have a special transmission that allows him to shift, because everybody has basically the same third gear ratio. They used to have, be able to run anything they want. Now they have to run at least a 1.28 third gear, so he doesn't have anything special. He's just making it work.
What about Ty Dillon in that 32 truck racing up inside the top 10? Nice run early for him. Started outside the top 10 and raced forward.
That's Dillon just to the right of Zane Smith, right on board with Smith.
That's Brett Holmes' team. Brett usually drives that truck, as well as Sam Mayer's also run that truck some this year. They've had some good finishes, some top 10 finishes in that truck.
Yeah, first start for Ty Dillon in the Truck Series since 2018. He's a 3-time winner in the Truck Series. Up ahead, Matt Crafton in that neon yellow 88. Crafton running 6th.
Would that make you dizzy bouncing off the track that much, Phil?
But Todd Gillen told us during qualifying that it was going to hurt his head. I believe it. He'll have a headache.
2 of our championship contenders there in the picture, the yellow 88 of Crafton and the red 21 of Zane Smith. They are running 5th and 8th, and one is into the wall, and that's Ty Dillon. Able to gather it up, but definitely some wall contact.
Well, that thing took off on him, didn't it, Michael?
Yeah, you wonder if he had a little contact from another competitor who just got loose down into turn 3. One of the more difficult parts of this racetrack. It was an abrupt turn at the end of the back straightaway, and certainly got away from him for some reason.
The pylon on the left-hand side, our championship contenders with the blue background. As you see Ty Dillon in that 32. Gathered it back up, seems no worse for the wear at this point.
Steady hand there off turn 4 on the wheel of that 32 truck. And that was a spotter talking to the crew chief. He wouldn't say that where the driver could hear it.
Right along on the Ford onboard with Haley Deegan, getting around the outside of Drew Dollar. Going to grab a spot there. Move Haley up to the 20th spot.
Started 10th.
Austin Hill just ahead there in the 16.
Really solid season, I think, this year for Haley. Had a great, 7th place finish at Gateway, which was the best finish by a female with the exception of Daytona. And it really ran the laps. That's what's key for rookie drivers. Get out there, run the laps, and she's in the top 5 on laps completed in the series.
You know, Vince, I want to be clear on something else, too. Ben Rhodes just needs to be smart and say, I don't really care about Sheldon Creed leading this race. I'm leading the championship 4. I got to be patient. I got to understand where I'm at, which is in control of the championship right now. I don't need to push any issues with Chandler Smith nor with the leader Creed. I just need to bide my own time and keep my gap between those other competitors.
And right now that gap is 3 other trucks driven by Chandler Smith, Todd Gilliland, and Stuart Friesen.
And I think we've seen a smarter Ben Rhodes this year. Remember, he had some issues last year. Had some issues with his now teammate Christian Eckes, where they battled a little bit and traded some paint. But I've seen a smarter Ben Rhodes this year.
Well, Rich Lucius, the crew chief for Rhodes, says that's been the biggest change in him. No longer the bull in the china shop. He's come to understand you got to slow down to go faster sometimes. Go into break, but you won't miss a thing. Sheldon Creed leads in that Lavender 2 truck. Ben Rhodes, one of our championship 4, runs second, and Chandler Smith, the stage 1 winner, runs third.
And Chandler Smith has the fastest truck on the track, I believe. They had a little bit of trouble in their pit stop, lost back to the 4th position, but he's absolutely heating up Rhodes. Here he is to the inside.
And you're Ben Rhodes, that's okay, right? I mean, you're not going to put up too big of a fight for Chandler Smith, are you?
He has been.
Surprisingly so?
Yeah.
For me, Ben, you know, you want to minimize your risks, and racing on the outside of a guy that's dive bombing you every turn, that's a bit of a risk.
Remember, Rhodes just needs to finish ahead of the other championship 4 contenders. It doesn't matter what position he finishes in the race, as long as he finishes ahead of Zane Smith, Matt Crafton, and John Hunter Nemechek. Right now, Nemechek not in play because he's a lap down. And he's in the free pass position. But there's a look at Spencer Boyd in that 20, and he just went a lap down. So now that bumps John Hunter out of the free pass position. And boy, John Hunter Nemechek just hasn't been able to catch a break so far.
And it's going to be harder now because he'll have to pit at the end of the stage more than likely, unless he really wants to gamble on a quick caution. We know they can go around 80 laps. They pitted on lap 49, and the stage will end on lap 50. So he could stay out and run another 40 laps, but I think the time to have stayed out was at the end of the first stage, no doubt.
Let's catch up with our championship contenders. We'll begin with Josh in the 99 of Rhodes.
Yeah, guys, and currently Ben Rhodes, the best of the championship drivers, running second right now, battling with Chandler Smith for second. But you know what? It doesn't matter with Chandler Smith, the closest championship driver to him, Zane Smith. That's all that matters for Ben Rhodes. Stay in front of him. Now, he has a couple concerns. He's been tight through the center, and he says he's bad on the restarts. But as long as they keep running green, Ben Rhodes is the fastest of the championship drivers. Jamie?
Zane Smith in the 21 truck, the 22-year-old from California, Huntington Beach, looking for his first championship title. Been a little bit tight tonight. On that first pit stop of the night, though, they freed him up with a wedge adjustment and some air pressure. And he says that did the job. It helped him out. He's going forward, gained 1 spot since the stop, Regan.
Well, Jamie, Matt Crafton continues to struggle with the handling of this race truck. Corner exit, the problem that they continue to try to fix. He's been very calm on the radio, much like the three-time champion we would expect to be calm in this situation. Right now, the word from crew chief Junior Joyner is protect. Protect positions is what he's trying to do to keep himself further to the front when they make whatever is the next pit stop. And then the Ford truck of John Hunter Nemechek still very calm on the radio for this team with all the issues that they had. Crew chief Eric Phelps has been coaching up his driver, telling him your lap times are very good. Once we get this lap back, we feel like we can still contend with the guys up front to try and win this championship.
Yeah, but it's getting that lap back that's going to be an issue, because right now John Hunter isn't even in the free pass position.
But he has speed. We just saw him pass Johnny Sauter. Johnny is the 11th place truck, and he had to start behind them. So he has the speed right now, Vince. But as you mentioned, if he doesn't get the lap back, it's not going to matter.
Race positions on the left-hand side of your screen. Championship 4 up top. 16 to go at stage 2. Sheldon Creed out front. 10 laps to go here in stage 2. By the way, Creed has, with his 65 laps led, clinched the bonus. $50,000 for him and $25,000 for the team, courtesy of Camping World for leading the most laps this season. So congratulations to Sheldon. Nice little consolation prize for not being able to win the championship. But he is out front and taking care of business in the race. Close call.
Look at there. He's giving him a hello.
Spencer Boyd.
Off turn 4. John Hunter Nemechek, an update on one of our championship 4. He's back in the free pass position, but it's going to be short-lived because just ahead of our leaders is Will Rogers and Austin Wayne Self. Self's actually the last truck on the lead lap, a few truck lengths behind. There he is in the 22, and there's comes Creed. So that's the difference between John Hunter Nemechek getting in the free pass, staying in the free pass position, or passing Austin Wayne Self and putting Nemechek another position back. This is going to be close. I think Creed has enough speed to get there, and if the caution doesn't come out, he will get there.
I think Sheldon might lose the lead because the 18 of Chandler Smith really chased down the 2 of Sheldon Creed, but Sheldon lost a full second when he got hung behind Spencer Boyd off the corner. His lap time was a full second slower than it was the previous lap.
And watch Chandler Smith. He went to work on Creed earlier, couldn't find a way around, but then he moved up into the traction compound, used that higher lane to diamond the corner off and take advantage of some more grip that he found there and get him the lead away from Creed. Be interesting to see what he pulls here.
Well, John Hunter Nemechek is just hoping they don't pass Austin Wayne Self in that white and red 22, because if they do, then Nemechek will not be the free pass, and the 22 about to fall into the clutches of either the 18 or the 2 or both, and that's going to put it into John Hunter Nemechek's free dog free pass chances, and that does just that. So now Nemechek not in the free pass position. Another bad break for Nemechek.
And that was a line that Sheldon Creed had not run tonight. Down below the yellow line there, as Chandler tries to get inside him once again.
Now John Hunter is going to be pulling for Will Rogers to stay ahead of this duo, because I think he can catch Austin Wayne Self. He has a shot at catching him at least. We'll see how it develops, but you got to always know that when plan A goes away, you got to think about plan B, and that's catching Austin Wayne Self himself.
That's a lot of self.
Yeah, and these drivers are all about themselves too, by the way.
He's almost
spoken as a former driver.
Yeah, John Hunter's almost the full length of the backstretch behind the 22 of Austin Wayne Self.
Regan on Matt Crafton.
Well, Vince, Matt Crafton still continuing to struggle with that race truck. Listen to this.
That dude don't have a clue. Yeah, I don't have a clue. The last third of the corner here, I can't finish the throttle. That's why I can't run the top and make momentum, because I can't finish the throttle, you know what I mean?
Michael, Phil, you know as well as I do as a race car driver, if you can't stay in the throttle, you're in trouble on corner exit. That is what they've got to find a way to fix. Junior Joyner followed it up with saying, I will get this fixed. Just stay with me here.
Well, he's still in a great spot, Regan. He's up in the top 10. You see John Hunter going around there. That doesn't bother Crafton much, or trying to go around. Crafton gets that adjustment. We've seen this before, Phil. We talked about it in the opening. The guy that won the race last year restarted 9th with 2 to go. So you can make some bold moves at this racetrack. It'll be interesting to see the mindset of Junior Joyner, how he goes about adjusting that truck.
Back in traffic as Creed and Chandler Smith try to sort out the lead at the front.
This is a great battle.
Final 2 laps here in stage 2. Smith and Creed have been battling throughout the course of the night for that top spot. That's Will Rogers in front of him in the 34. Jordan Anderson beside Creed in the 3 truck.
All these trucks trying to stay on the lead lap. That's why they're fighting so hard.
Final lap in stage 2, and Chandler Smith, who won stage 1, is out front.
That's an impressive run by that young man.
Danny Stockman, the crew chief on that 18. They got their first win together earlier at Bristol and here in the playoffs, and now stage 2 to the 18 as well.
I bet you Chase Elliott's liking all the success of these Georgia sport organization. The young man, Chandler Smith from Georgia. Of course, the Bulldogs #1 in the country. The Braves win the World Series. Chase is like, this is lined up nicely for me.
First time in his young career that he swept both stages. Can he get the race too? Two stages in the books. We're getting close to crowning a champion here in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. You see Ben Rhodes finished 3rd, Zane Smith 6th, Kraft at 8th, Nemechek 27th, and Nemechek still a lap down.
Well, Phil, we talked about it at the stage break, staying out, waving around. They didn't do that. Here, I think you got to pit. They ran a whole stage on their tires, has Nemechek. He gets in he's the fastest truck by far, a lap down. You know, if a caution comes out just on the restart, that puts him back, that gets a free pass and gets him back in the game.
Yeah.
Josh Sims, the first on pit road as they pit.
And Ben Rhodes comes in as he is the highest running of the championship drivers right now. He was saying they were ridiculously tight in stage 2, so they're going to make an adjustment over the radio. They were just giving him confidence, saying, you're all good, you're running well. Continue to do what you've been doing, and they have a shot at taking home a championship here tonight. Regan?
Well, the always animated crew chief Junior Joyner told his team, I need a great pit stop right here. We heard him talking about how loose this race truck is on corner exit. Another significant adjustment to fix that. Jamie?
Zane Smith comes in 6th. Whole front end was chattering that run really tight. They're going up a round and a half on the track bar. Air pressure adjustment. They'll put some sticker tires on. That'll leave one set of sticker tires to go. Good stop for the 21.
Can't afford any mistakes during this pit stop round, Phil. It's too late in the game to go to the rear if you're a championship contender and plan on winning this race. Hopefully everybody was clean.
How about Stuart Friesen's guys getting him out first, gaining 3 spots?
Can Nemechek make the great comeback? Can Crafton win his 4th? Rhodes or Zane Smith their 1st? Who's going to get this trophy tonight?
NASCAR Camping World Truck Series at Phoenix. What a great racetrack this is.
Caution flag already. They're going to make contact.
Oh, they do.
Some hard racing right here. Oh, trouble
no.
again. Big problem. 3 trucks up against the wall. Oh, trouble.
Heavy contact.
Getting desperate, making desperate moves.
They're together. Oh, man. Oh, big problems here. There it goes. Both of them into the wall.
Getting set for stage 3 in the championship race here in Phoenix. Ben Rhodes right now, the best of the championship drivers. He had the fastest car during practice, the fastest car during qualifying of those playoff drivers, and right now he is in front of the other playoff drivers. Coming into this race, he said he was the most calm he has been in a very long time, setting himself up for what he called would be a dream come true to get a victory. They are all calm in the pit box. He is all calm behind the wheel. It is the calm before the storm of the final stage. Jamie?
And just behind the 99 is the 21 of Zane Smith. And for the first time, they just gave him an update. The big picture. Kevin Bono Mandiant, his crew chief, said, right now, all you have to worry about is the 99. Do whatever you can here for this final stage to get around him, and we'll take it home. Regan?
Matt Crafton's crew chief, Junior Joyner, hopped off the pit box immediately following their pit stop, frustrated, not as good of a stop as what they would have liked to have had. Told his driver, Matt Crafton, I planned for every scenario tonight except for the truck being loose off the corner. They are scrambling down here to get the speed in this truck and get it back where it needs to be. And the Ford truck of John Hunter Nemechek, the guy who dominated the entire season this year, still trying to get that lap back and starting to get a little bit frustrated on the radio, said, I'm trying so hard in here, I don't know what else to do. That truck right now loses grip too much as the runs go on.
And Regan mentioned Junior Joyner, of course, the longtime crew chief for Matt Crafton. And Junior, this is his last race as crew chief for Matt Crafton. He's going to go home and run his business in California. He's been with Crafton for all 3 of his championships, would like nothing better than to end with a 4th title tonight.
What a great personality he is, too. He's going to be dearly missed down there on that pit box.
Might be one of the last restarts, so start picking your plan here. I'm just going where they're not and see if it works. That's all I can do. Split their hair. Who's going to beat the 2 right there? You can see them.
Wow, this is picking up. The intensity is really starting to ratchet. You know these guys are going to say, well, I got to go. I got to push. I got to shove. What's going to happen on this restart?
Chandler Smith on the inside, Stuart Friesen, a former Phoenix winner, on the outside of that 52. They fan out through 1.
This is where sometimes it looks like our brains go into neutral.
We just Sheldon jump on the outside around Stewart.
Sheldon Creed back to the lead. He's led 73 laps tonight, by far the most.
Big push down the back from Todd Gillen for Chandler Smith.
Ben Rhodes, the championship leader, and then Zane Smith right behind him in that red 21, and Zane now going to the bottom, and the caution is out.
And John Hunter Nemechek will receive the free pass.
With 50 to go, Tate Fogelman comes to a stop, and as you said, Mike, John Hunter Nemechek
Should give us a dog.
the free pass. That's the break he needed.
New ball game now for John Hunter.
There's now 4 players in the championship battle. John Hunter finally back on the lead lap, and he was fast, Phil. He drove all the way up and past Matt Crafton during that 2nd stage, so don't count out the 4 truck.
Now what he needs is another quick caution.
All right, man. Time to go to work now. Yes, sir.
Odd, something has gone
Some issue there.
mechanically wrong with the 12 of Fogelman. And of course, Tate got his first career win a few weeks back at Talladega. 21-year-old from Durham, North Carolina.
Looks like they're getting ready to change the battery. That battery's right in front of that left rear tire.
Just under 50 to go. John Hunter Nemechek back on the lead lap.
You think he's going to push some issues from here on out?
100%.
When you make a mistake early like he did, and you've had the season he's had, you don't want to let your team down. You want to be the guy that drives that truck through the field and back into contention to win this race.
Watch Nemechek on this restart navigate the traffic.
excuse me,
coming through. So important for him to maintain that first truck one lap down, which he did, which is going to give him the free pass.
He spent 89 laps off the lead lap so far tonight.
We've only run 102, Vince.
Here's how it happened. Start of the race. Nemechek got up out of the groove, got into the wall on the right side, and then watch the 0-2 right there. Chris Wright.
Wright didn't do anything wrong.
Nope, just got into John Hunter's left front, and it ended up cutting the tire of Nemechek. He had to come to pit road, and at that point fell a couple of laps down.
Then they had a truck stall on the racetrack right away, got him one of those laps back, and he's been fighting ever since to try to get the second one, and that caution right there that did it for him.
There's team owner Kyle Busch. KBM has won 5 of the last 10 races here at Phoenix. The most Truck Series wins in series history at 89. There's Eric Phillips, John Hunter's crew chief, and his uncle. Eric's wife, Heather, is sister to John Hunter's mom, Andrea. And John Hunter refers to him as Uncle Eric. Meanwhile, Zane Smith, who is without a ride next year, as is his crew chief, Kevin Bono Mandiant, without a job yet. And what's going to happen? Certainly winning a championship would help their position, their bargaining power, I would think, Jamie.
Absolutely. Well, so far he's doing a great job tonight, but some discussion on where he should line up for this restart. This is between Zane and his crew chief, Kevin Bono Mandiant.
Zane, we might want to think about trying the top there, but I don't know. It's up to you, but we're just racing at 99.88 here, you know.
Yeah. It's pretty simple what you got to do, but doing it's another story, isn't it?
How about Bono Mandiant? He's, of course, spent time at the Cup level as a crew chief, won the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400. He won 2 championships in the Xfinity Series with Martin Truex Jr. He's won 7 races in the Truck Series as crew chief. He has done it all and told me this week he just absolutely loves the Truck Series, some of the freedoms it gives him from a schedule perspective, and just likes the kind of racing and wants to stay in this series.
I just love him being on the box, too. So much experience, so much knowledge.
Regan.
Well, John Hunter Nemechek pitting here under this caution. While the pits are closed right now, they already know that they've got to start at the back of the field. We see him putting a little bit of tape on the nose there, and they wanted to check the left rear lug nuts to make sure they had them on. A little fuel in this truck, that is to help the handling of it. That does adjust the handling of the race truck. Will free it up, make it turn just a little bit better for him.
Got a long way to go, but he sits 20th. We got a lot of racing left at 46 laps remaining as we look at our Blue Emu race summary. Sheldon Creed continues to lead. He's led the most laps, and he's clinched that $50,000 bonus from Camping World for leading the most laps this season, and $25,000 extra to the crew for that as well.
The Marcus Lemonis bonus.
Yes, indeed. And $140,000 cash in bonus from Camping World to the series champion, which will be awarded tonight as well. It has been a fun night, and you can feel the intensity ramping up as we get ready to get the green on this final stage. Sheldon Creed on the inside, Stuart Friesen on the outside.
Great start by Creed.
45 to go at Phoenix.
Look at him fan out. At least four wide. Look at Ben Rhodes all the way down underneath Carson Hocevar. That's Ben way down on the inside, pulling up beside Todd Gilliland.
He didn't even try to get on the road, Phil. He just used that apron.
Actually, that was Eckes. That's already Rhodes in front of the 38. Those trucks look identical. That was Eckes down on the bottom, jumping out in front of Todd Gilliland now.
Yeah, Rhodes was running the high line, and Eckes was on the bottom. And they squeezed for position.
Zane Smith down on the bottom trying to come back. He sees that 99 truck just ahead, knows that's his target.
For the championship. Drivers who are our contenders highlighted in blue on our pylon to the left, and you see the championship 4 and where they run up top.
Look at Smith. He's inside of Eckes. Looks like he's made adjustments that made that truck faster, Phil.
It's going to be a big move if he can get by Ben Rhodes' teammate, and he does. He is able to clear Eckes off the corner.
Meanwhile, John Hunter Nemechek on the right side of your screen, trying to navigate through traffic.
How about Ben Rhodes? Ben Rhodes maybe about to lose that spot to Zane Smith.
Been pretty smooth selling all night long for Rhodes, but here comes a very fast 21 truck for Zane Smith.
That would be for the championship. Zane Smith chasing that Bombardier truck just ahead of him, driven by Ben Rhodes. Smith was second in the championship a year ago as a rookie.
Oh, I like this move, Vince.
Rhodes on the inside, Smith on the outside.
Bono said you might want to try the top.
Wow, Smith grabs the position.
Power move.
Zane Smith into third and the championship lead in the process.
Boy, he's shown some strength after this last restart.
Rhodes trying to come back and take a look on the inside, but Smith holding position.
Man, this is the first stress Ben Rhodes has faced tonight. He's had this race under control, and Zane Smith is just a rocket ship right now.
It's the first time tonight Rhodes has not been the championship leader under green. Meanwhile, Nemechek up to 18th and trying to work his way through the field.
He needs a caution.
Yeah, give him 16th now in front of Drew Dollar. Yeah, he needs a caution to get some of that track position back.
And then Phil, don't forget about a set of tires down on pit road and what these guys will do and how late they'll put them on. Strategy could still play into this equation. It's not crystal clear exactly what the right thing is to do when the caution flag flies. You got to make that decision on the fly.
Zane Smith runs third. Rhodes right behind him in fourth. There are championship contenders. Crafton back in 12th. Nemechek 16th. Sheldon Creed continues to lead the race. Zane Smith, our championship leader. It's heating up in the desert. Hey, Veterans Day is coming up next Thursday, the 11th, and Fox Sports proudly salutes and supports our nation's military heroes and the organizations that serve them. Purple Heart Homes is a nationwide nonprofit providing housing solutions for service-connected, disabled, and aging veterans. For more information on how you can provide much-needed assistance to veterans of all eras, please visit purplehearthomesusa.org. Great one underway here at Phoenix Raceway, the season finale for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Sheldon Creed continues to lead. He's dominated in laps led with 93 laps led, but Chandler Smith, who runs back and forth, has won the first 2 stages. Zane Smith is our championship leader there in that 21. He runs third. He just in the last handful of laps or so passed Ben Rhodes for that top spot in the championship battle.
And then Rhodes has fallen a second behind of Zane Smith as Chandler Smith is trying to grab that 3rd spot from Zane.
The 2 best trucks tonight, I think, have been the 18 and the 2. They have shown the most speed consistently. But since that last pit stop, the 21 of Zane Smith has been shot out of a rocket. He's losing that 3rd place position now to Chandler Smith. But it was a great restart for Zane Smith, and he went to work right away on Ben Rhodes to grab that lead in that position in regards to the championship.
Now he just has to preserve and make sure he doesn't overuse his truck. He's got a bit of a gap. You got to figure the caution flag's coming out, so these crew chiefs are thinking about their strategy, what they'll do. And you can see John Hunter Nemechek has rallied back and is now racing Matt Crafton for the 11th position. Still a ways to go, but still a lot of laps to go as well.
Yeah, they're about 8 seconds behind our leader right now, so they probably need some help. They're going to need a caution flag to close that gap up.
After spending 89 laps, at least a lap down, John Hunter Nemechek is back on the lead lap and is threatening to take 11th from Matt Crafton.
Matt Crafton said he just can't get off the turn, and it's evident there. You can see a huge run off of turn 2 by John Hunter. Now he's going to duck to the bottom of the 88 truck.
The 4 has kept its composure, just gone about their business, been confident in the fact that they were going to get their lap back and be on the lead lap and still have a chance. There's a lot of work left to do, but there's a lot of racing left as well with 27 to go.
Are you sure they kept their composure, Vince?
At least publicly they kept their composure. No telling what they were feeling like on the inside, but at least on the radio they kept their composure. And credit to Tony Hirschman, the spotter, Eric Phillips, the crew chief, and of course John Hunter, the driver.
Yeah, you got to be tough. You put yourself in a position to get back in the game. They've done just that.
And don't forget Kyle was down there too. Kyle Busch was down there as well, orchestrating some changes and some moves.
Radio from Zane Smith in the 21.
Information at 99 shift in behind us. Yeah, 10-4. We need this. We're set up for it. I'm a little worried about the 4. He's coming pretty quick, you know.
You got to worry about everything, and that's just a veteran crew chief. You heard Bono say, let's keep, don't forget about the 4. You need the spotter giving information, showing, telling lap times. Everybody's in this game together.
And that would have been on Channel 2. That was a spotter and the crew chief Bono talking about the fact that Ben Rhodes has started to shift as Chandler Smith now grabs that 2nd spot from Stuart Friesen going after Sheldon.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point, Phil, because the crew chief and spotter are carrying on a lot of communication on Channel 2 that the driver does not hear. And the driver is on a need-to-know basis, and they'll figure that out, crew chief and spotter, and then eventually relay information that's necessary for the driver to hear.
And what a race we have going on here.
They were 3 wide for a minute off turn 2. And look, Creed's losing some momentum off turn 4 as he caught Danny Bone. These guys are going to close right back up on him.
Yeah, lap traffic has been a factor tonight as Friesen goes to the bottom, seeking the lead from Sheldon Creed. Friesen, a former winner here at Phoenix, victorious in 2019.
I think Sheldon's back where he wants to be, up top. I think his truck is better on the top of the racetrack.
But Chandler Smith is better than those 2 everywhere. He can take that truck anywhere he wants to go.
The last 2 Phoenix winners battling for the top spot. Creed won last year, Friesen 2 years ago.
And last week's winner, Chandler
Smith right there.
That's a bunch of winners right there, Vince.
Indeed. Bristol winner, Chandler Smith.
Yes, what I meant.
The other Smith boy won last week.
I'm a fan
He's
of the,
fourth. He's the next one back.
I'm a fan of these Smith boys. They do a nice job. There's the move around Friesen. Now he's going to set his sights on Sheldon Creed.
So Friesen just a moment ago was battling Creed for the lead. Now he's in third, and Chandler Smith has the second spot.
You can see the left side of the screen, Zane with a little bit over a second lead on Ben Rhodes for the championship. We talk about Chandler Smith walk-off win at Bristol to get him into the next round. Zane Smith was below the cut line at the end at the cut race in both rounds and got in.
Camping World 20 to go from Phoenix. The Camping World Truck Series season finale, race number 22 of the season.
Wow, Stuart Friesen's found something on the top side off turn 2. Looked like Smith was just going to drive away, but Stewart's gone high and making some good ground up there.
The laps click off quickly at this 1 mile racetrack. New leader with 14 to go. NASCAR Truck Series racing here on FS1, presented by Blue Emu. Chandler Smith back in front, made the pass during that commercial break as he just crosses the line. 13 laps left. Here's Chandler making the move on Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, they caught the 22 truck of Austin Wayne Self. Looked like it slowed Sheldon's momentum for just an instant. Chandler kept up the head of steam and eased by on the inside.
What an impressive roll for Chandler Smith it's been.
He won the pole earlier this afternoon in qualifying. He won stage 1. He won stage 2. And he is out front.
There's your battle for the championship. Zane Smith with about 20 truck lengths or so over Ben Rhodes.
Smith runs third. Rhodes runs fourth.
It's maintained right around the second to 1 or 2 tenths. Gosh, for the last 10 or 15 laps now.
Ben's throwing it all out there. He's shifting in turns 1 and 2 as well now. Earlier he was just shifting down here. That's not as easy as you might think. You throw that thing down into third gear, it can disrupt the handling of the truck. He's doing a nice job managing that.
Give us the pros and cons to shifting versus non-shifting.
Lap time, that's all it comes down to, especially this late in the race and what all is on the line. He can see the championship right in front of him. If he runs and shifts in both ends and he hears he's a half a tenth better, he's going to keep doing it. There's no con. It's all about speed.
As the race pace slows down, then obviously your engine's turning less RPMs. So that's why it makes it more favorable to shift. And Zane's really getting hung up behind the 25 of Willie Allen. Look how measurably Ben Rhodes gained that time.
Yeah, just a little bit of a break in momentum, and Rhodes closes the gap with 10 to go. Ben Rhodes on the tailgate of the 21 of Zane Smith. That's for the championship.
That was a great corner that time by Zane.
Rhodes trying to close the gap for much of this race. Rhodes was the championship leader.
Well, the last
now
time
Smith out front.
You saw it on TV, but the fastest truck on the track was Ben Rhodes, faster than anyone.
Rhodes taking a peek inside again, gets
contact,
a little bit of contact, and makes Smith wiggle, and Rhodes going to the inside for the advantage. Wow,
that changed in a hurry, didn't it?
Man.
Zane Smith got caught up from some lap traffic, allowed Rhodes to close the gap, and then Rhodes gives him just a little bit of a tap, and now Rhodes starts to pull away.
Now we're going to see Zane start to shift.
Yeah, we heard him the corner before this, shifting.
That's an interesting game changer, isn't it? That you can go up into third gear, took advantage of it too.
Watch the replay here. Just a little bit of contact on that left rear just gets Smith loose.
And he throws it in third gear, Vince, and guns it.
How about it from Rhodes' view?
He waited till after he gave him notice before he shifted, did he?
That's good stuff right there.
And from Zane Smith.
You know, that short run speed we saw from Zane, it's hard to have both, Phil, to have a truck as fast as Zane was at the start of the run and have it hang on throughout the whole entire run. The tire pressure sheet up, your truck goes away a bit if you're set up for the shorter run, and that appears to be exactly what the case was.
Yeah, because we had not seen that short run speed out of Zane all night long, so Bono really made a nice move there. Now 6 laps to go. If the caution were to come out, it's a whole new ball game, but Ben is driving away.
And those teams are down on pit road with their tires pumped up, their crew members stretching and getting ready for the money stop of the season if we do indeed have a caution.
Rhodes has stretched it out to almost a second, and you see Bono Mandiant just agonizing. He was in position with his driver to win the championship, and now they trail Ben Rhodes by about a second. And there's another truck in between them, Sheldon Creed.
Well, Ben just passed Sheldon, and Sheldon's going to fight back now.
Is this going to slow down Rhodes and allow Zane Smith to get back into it? Make sure you don't race and wreck one another. Rhodes has got to be careful here. He's trying to put Creed behind him, so it just makes it all the more difficult on Zane Smith, but you don't want to make sure it doesn't backfire on you. Rhodes gets the position.
Wow. I talked at the top, tenacious, tough, a charger. That's what Ben Rhodes is, and he's just picking them up and putting them down now. Whoa.
Meanwhile, Nemechek tries to claw back through the field. He's up to 8th. Maybe too little, too late. At least without a caution for Nemechek.
And Nemechek now up to 7th.
Oh, Jordan Anderson.
And Jordan Anderson has gotten into the wall and has slowed, but we stay green. Rhodes. There's the 98 of Eckes that was passing Anderson. Rhodes continues to cruise with a little more than a second and a half advantage over Zane Smith. For Ben Rhodes, it's been a career year. He won the first 2 races of the season, the first time he's ever won multiple races in a season, and he hasn't won since. Doesn't look like he's going to win tonight. The race anyway, but the championship is within reach as we've got 1 to go, and Chandler Smith is on his way, less than a mile away from the race win, and Ben Rhodes less than a mile away from the championship.
And remember, Duke and Rhonda Thorson have never won the Owners' Championship. They weren't eligible with Matt Crafton, but they are with Ben Rhodes.
Rhodes not from a racing family, but he's in position to celebrate a championship with his family as Chandler Smith wins the race, and Ben Rhodes, for the first time in his career, wins the championship. Wow. Rich Lucius, the crew chief. His family is a racing family. They own a racetrack in Akron. He grew up around the racetrack his entire life. Late model crew chief, many wins. Ben Rhodes grew up with four-wheelers and dirt bikes and go-karts. Finally, his family said, maybe we should go racing. And for Rhodes, it has led to this night. Championship driver, championship crew chief. And Phil, as you said, Duke and Rhonda Thorson, they have been truck team owners since 1996. They won driver championships with Matt Crafton, but had never won the owners championship until tonight. Duke doesn't go to the racetrack very often these days, but he's in Arizona tonight.
This is the first time he's been to a race in a year and a half. So happy for Duke and Rhonda Thorson.
Teammates, great job. Matt Crafton saluting the
Grant Enfinger, that 9 truck, so often a Thor Sport teammate coming by to say hello. Yeah, they got to get the lug nuts checked. You got to make sure that the lug nuts are tight. And for Ben Rhodes, that check is going on right now as you see the NASCAR official down there taking a look. And Kyle Busch dejected as John Hunter Nemechek wasn't able to pull it off tonight. Boy, Nemechek gave it a heck of an effort. He and that 4 team, after falling behind multiple laps early. But Thor Sport, as you see there, Duke and Rhonda Thorson, it's been a long time coming. Congratulations. Boy, what a celebration that'll be for that group. And they're based in Sandusky, Ohio. It's tough to get people there for sure. I mean, it's difficult to get team members to move to Sandusky, Ohio from the NASCAR base in Charlotte, and that's something that they fight. But people have been a little more apt to go there now as champions. And he's from Louisville, Kentucky. NASCAR champions from Kentucky. Go back to your mother,
my brother, the Green brothers. Yep, both won the Xfinity Series championship. So it's cool to see Kentucky celebrating in Victory Lane in Arizona.
Around Rhodes will tell you that the biggest change has come in his maturity level. He was early in his career kind of a bull in the china shop, rubbed his veteran teammates wrong, and it took him a while to mend those fences, but he has done so, and he knows when to go. Rich Lucius told me when it's go time, Ben knows what to do, and we saw that tonight after falling behind Zane Smith and then coming back and regaining that advantage and pulling away to secure the title.
Phil, I told you Ben Rhodes was going to win this championship.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
his 6th full season as a driver. And in this truck series,
he's only, what, 24 years old?
24, yeah. You feel like he's been around a lot longer than that and is older than that, but a young veteran. And tonight, he's a champion. Regan?
You see the emotion out of Ben Rhodes. Ben, you started the season with a win at Daytona. You finished the season winning a championship at Phoenix. You, sir, are the Camping World Truck Series champion.
Oh, I can't even breathe. That was the hardest last 40 laps I think I've ever driven in my life. I was doing things with a race car I probably shouldn't have been doing. It was dumb, but I had everything to lose. And we brought it home and we won it. I don't even know what to say. This is crazy. Bookends for the season. Man, I'm so proud of my ThorSport Racing Group. We went to Daytona, right? This wasn't like a vision that we had, right? Everybody wants to win it, but you don't know. It's just so hard. Final four.
Yeah, brother, good job. Hell yeah, good job, buddy.
Good run. Oh, I just can't thank Duke and Rhonda enough. Duke and Rhonda, the reason I'm here tonight. Bombardier, Toyota, Safe Flight for him. They were a sponsor of mine at one time. Farm Paint and Menards. Hey, Wiley X. We got so many people that help us. I can't even talk right now. I'm so excited.
Ben, you gave up position on the 21 of Zane Smith at one point there. Looked like he had driven away from you. All of a sudden, your truck found another gear. I don't know if you changed something or something happened to your truck. Next thing we know, you're on the back bumper. A little contact. You're an aggressive guy, but championship situation, did you do what you had to?
Woo! Yeah! Yeah, we did what we had to.
Thank you, buddy. Good job.
There you go, buddy. Yeah!
Way to drive, bud. Way to drive. Well done. Thank you.
A first-year group, really. I mean, it's he's been at ThorSport several years, but this is the first year that Ben has worked with his crew chief, Rich Lucius, and their engineer, Anthony Sergi, a first-year engineer. He's a late model racer from Florida and working as an engineer, and he and Rich Lucius and Ben Rhodes together for the first time this season. They came out of the gate with back-to-back wins, and they close it with a season championship. Well done. Back downstairs, check in with Josh Sims.
Yeah, I'm here with Zane Smith, who battled hard tonight, briefly took the lead over Ben Rhodes, but ultimately came home 5th behind Ben Rhodes. What more did you need tonight to come home with the title?
Honestly, just for my truck to turn, man. We struggled with that since we unloaded, but still a insane year, really. I mean, we were, 8 laps away from winning the championship. I've had so much support from Maury Gallagher, Mike Beam, MRC Construction, all the people that have helped me get to this point. RTA, Gig Fast Internet, Team Chevy. I almost got Chevy. Another one, I don't know, I tried using all my tools from my side of things, but just could not get the thing to turn. We just fought that all night.
Zane Smith coming home 5th tonight, just short of catching Ben Rhodes in the end. Vince?
Hard to believe that that young man still doesn't have a job for next year. So we'll see what the future holds for him. What an exciting finish tonight. The battle for the race win and the championship. Coming back, stay with us. More from Phoenix Raceway. Ben Rhodes doing some championship donuts. Finished third in the race, but the best of the championship 4 contenders. And it's a Thor Sport celebration. First time in organization history that they have won the Drivers' Championship and the Owners' Championship. And for Rhodes, the 24-year-old from Kentucky, a night he'll never forget. On the flip side of that, the agony of John Hunter Nemechek. Downstairs to Josh.
And it's amazing John Hunter Nemechek finished 7th, given everything you went through tonight. I know you're short of the championship, and that's what mattered. Can you bring me through everything you had to battle out there tonight?
Yeah, got run into in the first corner, got in the fence. Somebody else ran into us on the left side. I mean, this thing's killed pretty much, but had a left front tire go flat, went down 2 laps, battled back, got both of our laps back, and I don't know, just short, needed more laps, I guess. I felt like we had the best truck tonight, playoff-wise for sure. I mean, I drove from pretty much last to 7th there and was running down Ben and Zane for the championship. Just not enough. That's what's frustrating. But huge shout out to all of our partners. I'm disappointed and frustrated. Thank you, Pi Barker, Fire Alarm Services, Romco, Barry's Bullets, Toyota, Kyle, everyone. Thankful for the opportunity. We came here to win races this year. We succeeded. Came up short of the championship. So I'll be #back for more next year.
Tough finish for John Hunter Nemechek, still 5 wins this season. Regan?
Well, the other Kyle Busch Motorsports truck in victory lane, Chandler Smith. Second win of the year for Chandler. This one comes at the end of the season. Chandler, as he congratulates his team here. Obviously very excited, a big moment for all of these guys. Chandler, second win of the season, comes at the end of the season, as well as the Rookie of the Year. What a wonderful night for you.
Yeah, for sure. First and foremost, all glory to the man upstairs, man. And without him, none of this would be possible. I wouldn't have all these awesome relationships with all my racing family. This is my family. Also, he's blessed me with a great family, and just being around great people and being able to come out here at Phoenix Raceway in front of these fans tonight and be able to compete in high-tier equipment. I'm just really blessed right now, and can't thank Safe Flight, Toyota Racing, Danny, KBM, Kyle, everybody that goes down the line that makes this happen.
Congratulations, Chandler. Vince?
10th win of the season for Kyle Busch Motorsports, the 90th win in their Truck Series history. But this night belongs to Ben Rhodes and Thor Sport, shining up that championship trophy.
Congratulations to Chandler Smith. Next driver that we're going to hear from momentarily will be Ben Rhodes once he makes his way to the championship stage. We'll also see if we can hear from some of the other drivers in tonight's race. soil, 150. Of course, the race winner tonight, Chandler Smith. So if you're in victory lane, you can make your way towards pit road where the championship stage is getting set up. You can take a look.
Going down for sure.
Perfect setting tonight, Phoenix Raceway, as we crown a champion. He's the 24-year-old from Louisville, Kentucky. Ben Rhodes wins the championship tonight. His previous best finish in the championship was 5th back in 2017. But he got it done tonight for his first ever championship. Got to go back to his K&N East title in 2014, I think the last time he won a championship so of any sort. So much deserved for Ben Rhodes. I know he can't wait to get his hands on that trophy. Let's go to the championship stage where Jamie Little is there. Jamie.
Thank you very much, Vince. There's a lot of disbelief behind me of Ben Rhodes. The new champion steps up, and it is time for the moment, for the trophy presentation for the Camping World Truck Series. And here joining me is NASCAR President Steve Phelps. Steve?
Thank you, Jamie. Ben, you started off the season with 2 wins, and then you guys battled and battled and battled. An awful lot like what happened tonight. So on behalf of everyone at NASCAR, our entire industry, these amazing race fans here at Phoenix Raceway, and the millions of fans around the world, I want to congratulate you on being our 2021 Camping World Truck Series champion. I'm going to hand it over to Tamara Ward from Camping World to make the presentation of the trophy.
Thank you, Steve. It's been a great night. Ben, we are so proud of you. I think actually I owe you a check for $140,000 in bonus money from Camping World, so we'll have to talk about how you're going to spend that later on. You forgot about that.
Thank you for reminding me. That is awesome. I love you guys.
All right, so listen, on behalf of everyone at Camping World and our 1,000 of associates, we wanted to say congratulations to be the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series 2021 champion. And Steve and I are going to pass you the trophy. Let me give this to Jamie.
And there it is. Ben, I know we've talked all day, and I'll tell you what, you have been the loosest driver of the entire field today. Coming into this, where did you see your expectations and your chances to be standing right here?
This sounds weird, but I don't know, it felt special from the time I got here. But I didn't want to ruin it, you know? I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to do anything out of context. I just wanted to stay 100% focused, and I can't even believe it, Jamie. Like, I don't know, it felt like a special day. Everybody was so amped up and so calm and relaxed, but I thought it was gone. When the 21 drove past me, I thought it was all over. And he just kept driving away further and further and further. And by the end of the race, when everybody started wearing their stuff out, I didn't think I had anything left. I was sideways after every corner, but we had just enough, just enough.
I know Duke and Rhonda have meant a lot to you, a lot to your career. You've just delivered them the first Owners Championship. Just talk about what they've done for you and what this means.
Well, I wouldn't even be here today if it wasn't for Duke and Rhonda. They gave me my opportunity in this sport. They were my very first full-time National Series team that I raced for, and I've been with them ever since. They're so amazing, and I can't even begin to thank them enough. This has just been the ride of a lifetime, and I hope it's not over. I want to keep going now. This is amazing. This is a feeling that you get, you savor, and you enjoy for the rest of your life, but you're hungry for more. And you know what? I love this, but I love racing even more, so Daytona can't get here quick enough now.
How about Ben Rhodes representing Kentucky? He is your 2021 Camping World Series champion.
Daytona Oval and the road course that got him into the playoffs, and then he was consistent enough and stayed out of trouble to get himself in position to take home the title tonight here at Phoenix Raceway. So again, Ben Rhodes finishes the season top of the championship standings. Zane Smith will finish second, John Hunter Nemechek third, Matt Crafton fourth. That is the way your championship four finished as far as points are concerned tonight. Very nice run for Chandler Smith. Takes home the checkered flag in Lucas Oil 150. Stuart Friesen, Sheldon Creed. Also very strong runs inside of the top 5 tonight. How about Todd Gilliland coming home 8th, Carson Hocevar 9th, Austin Hill 10th. So just a really great run for a lot of these drivers trying to close out the 2021 season on a high note. Ben Rhodes, of course, as I mentioned, started his success in racing by winning the 2014 ArcMenard Series East Championship as a rookie. And he's continued to, of course, success in other forms of racing. He moved up into the truck series a couple of years ago.
Phoenix, Ben Rhodes celebrates as the season champion. Gets a hug from Chandler Smith, who won the race. And oh yeah, it is a team sport, you better believe it. And Matt Crafton, the teammate, the veteran, giving him the big hug and the opportunity to lift the trophy. He will never forget it, that's for sure. Ben Rhodes, the driver champion, Thor Sport, first time ever. The owner champion, they've been in the sport since '96. Toyota won the first 7 races of the season and takes home the manufacturer championship. And congratulations to Chandler Smith, not only won the race tonight, but won the Rookie of the Year battle as well. Well, for Michael Waltrip, Phil Parsons, been a great night tonight. Final thoughts about what you saw this evening?
I just love the emotion. You could tell Ben Rhodes was in disbelief and so thankful and so happy that he got to win on one of NASCAR's biggest stages. A great race, a lot of entertaining, a lot of twists and turns along the way. But man, what a great champion Ben Rhodes is going to be. I'm really proud of him and thankful that he has this opportunity.
Yeah, what a worthy champion. What a great season we had, too. We started out, Ben Rhodes started out by winning the first 2 at Daytona, finished off with a championship, but we had some great racing. Had 9 of our 10 top 10 finishers were all playoff drivers. Yeah, so that's the cream rose to the top this year. Our 10 playoff drivers were terrific.
Yeah, I think, we went to some different venues this season. We went to Coda. Todd Gilliland got that win. We raced on the dirt at Knoxville, Bristol. I mean, it's just been a unique season. Faced some different challenges, but man, what a great year.
Yeah, the lights went out in St. Louis one night. We had a little bit of everything this season, but man, it's been so much fun, so unpredictable. You didn't know who was going to step up because it seemed like each week it was a new guy that said, I'm here to race you guys, and Chandler Smith took them down tonight.
And we talked at the beginning of the show why those 4 drivers were going to win, and they all could have won. Yeah. But Ben Rhodes stepped up at the end.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. We couldn't have done it without Jamie Little, Regan Smith, Josh Sims down on pit road. Of course, our producer, Mark Smith, our director, Roger Vincent, our pit producer, Caleb Combs, graphics from Benny Curtis, so many people to mention. And it was a team effort from our side and a team effort from that one as well. Ben Rhodes, the season champion. Let's go to our studio in Charlotte.
You know who go the hardest.